And we are live now. I am Apad Manigama.
And I'm Lakay Magbaya.
And welcome to Luntiang Agama Natural Divine Art Shrine of Healing. And tonight, actually it is 8:35 in the evening right now. And we are going to celebrate the new moon ritual. Actually, this is the last full moon for the lunar year of 2020. And at the same time, it is the first new moon for the year 2021. So to begin with, let's do the opening chant ritual of Luntiang Agama. Magsaya at tumawi, magpuni at magpuri, kagalakan ay hatid sa pinagpalang bilog ay makakamit. Sumigaw at humiyaw, mahika ay pagdiwang, kahilingan ay makakamtan sa pinagpalang bilog iyong ilaan. Kapangyarihan mong taglay, dulot nito sa iyong buhay, panawagan kong hatid sa iyo ngayon'y ipababatid. Ako ay binabaylan ng Luntiang Agama,
Ako ay binabaylan ng Luntiang Agama,
anak ng mga anito, engkanto at diwata.
anak ng mga anito, engkanto at diwata.
Ako ay sisidla ng mga lihim na karunungan, hiwaga at kababalaghan.
Ako ay sisidlan ng mga lihim na karunungan, hiwaga at kababalaghan.
Kapangyarihan ko ay karunungan at kaalaman,
Kapangyarihan ko ay karunungan at kaalaman,
na siya kong laging pag-iingatan.
na siya kong laging pag-iingatan.
Sa kapakinabangan ng marami,
Sa kapakinabangan ng marami,
ito ay aming ilalaan.
ito ay aming ilalaan.
Sa oras ng pangangailangan,
Sa oras ng pangangailangan,
siya ang aming sandigan.
siya ang aming sandigan.
At maging sa kalungkutan,
At maging sa kalungkutan,
ay siya rin ang mga aaliw na nagbibigay ng lubos na kaligayahan.
ay siya rin ang mga aliw na nagbibigay ng lubos na kaligayahan.
Kapangyarihan ay lumalakas sa pagyabong ng kaalaman,
Kapangyarihan ay lumalakas sa paglabang ng kaalaman.
at kamangmangan ang napapala sa mga taong pabaya.
At kamangmangan ang napapala sa mga taong pabaya.
Sa pagtitipon ng mga Luntiang Agama, ilalaan ang lubos na pagpapahalaga.
Sa pagtitipon ng mga Luntiang Agama, ilalaan ang lubos na pagpapahalaga.
Pagkat katuparan ng kahilingan at pagpapala ng kapangyarihan ay ating tunay na matatamasa.
Pagkat katuparan ng kahilingan at pagpapala ng kapangyarihan ay ating tunay na matatamasa.
Ang buhay ng isang binabaylan ay lubos na pinagpala,
Ang buhay ng isang binabaylan ay lubos na pinagpapala,
sapagkat ang dugo sa aking dugo,
sapagkat ang dugo sa aking dugo,
laman sa aking laman,
laman sa aking laman,
buto sa aking buto,
buto sa aking buto,
dungan sa aking dungan,
dungan sa aking dungan,
ay nagkakaisa kasama ng mga anito, engkanto at diwata sa loob ng Luntiang Agama.
ay nakakaisa kasama ng mga anito, engkanto at diwata sa loob ng Luntiang Agama.
Mayari na,
Mayari na
magbaya.
magbaya.
And welcome Alum Suni and Dino Ferraes. Thank you for joining us tonight. And actually tonight is the night here of the new moon in the Philippines, no? And we are going to observe the new moon celebration as we bid farewell to the last lunar cycle, no? To the last lunar cycle of 2020. And then at the same time, we are going to answer some questions that been asked for us, especially what is Filipino Magick, no? So what are the topics that we are going to discuss? And also, I have seen some circulating Facebook posts about canceling their subscription to year 2021. What does it mean if you cancel your subscription to year 2021? And I'm going to address the question of our kababayan and fellow magician on how to work with deities in accordance with Filipino Magick, and what is Tala is oracle. And then at the same time, you know, have you noticed this is probably the work that we are going to do for the whole month and for the whole year, because I noticed that these days we have so much expensive commodities such as the foods, the fish, the vegetables, and the meats that we eat, no? So we are going to invoke the blessing of the ancestors to guide us on how to live our life this year. So to begin with, I will ask Lakay Alsant Magbaya to invoke the element of water, the encanto ng tubig.
Higit ang aking panawagan o dakilang diwatang magbabaya na elemento ng tubig, sa ngalan ng kapangyarihan ng elemento ng tubig, na ang kakayahan ay ang makapaglinis, makapagbigay ng kagalingan. Sa ngalan ng diwatang magbabaya, higit ang aking panawagan, ikaw na katuparan ng ang kahilingan, bigyang kagalingan sa lahat ng uri ng karamdamang pisikal at maging ang spiritual. Linisin mo kami sa lahat ng mga negatibong enerhiya, mga enerhiyang negatibong hindi namin kailangan. Bayari na magbaya.
Through this water that been blessed by the water deities and the elementals, we cleanse ourselves from all the negative energies that stuck unto us, that comes from the last year, and prepare us to walk our journey to the new year of 2020. And now let us invoke the element of fire. Apoy na walang hanggan, liwanag na mula sa kaitaasan. Pumasok ka dito ngayon sa dambana mong hirap. Apoy na walang hanggan, ningning mo at kariktan, magningas ka nawa sa aming buhay, ngayon at magpakailanman. Apoy na walang hanggan, liwanag na mula sa kanununuan. Patnubay mo at gabay, pagpapalat biyaya mo ay kailangan sa aming buhay, ngayon at magpakailanman. Sa ngalan ng aming mga ninuno, sa angkan ng mga paikwa at sa angkan ng mga dalagat mo sa pamagitan samahan kami sa pagdiriwang ng ritual na ito. Walhati parangal sa tatlong kapangyarihan ng klasa ng Diyos. Walhati at parangal sa dakilang kapangyarihan na lumikha sa amin at sa buong sinukuban. Sa pamagitan ng ating mga ninuno, sa kanilang pagpapagal, sa pagpapala ng mga engkanto ng lupa, pakadirisayin ang aming isipan at kaluluwa upang maisagawa ang kapulungang ito ng mga anito, ang kanto at mga diwata. Sa gabing ito, at this hour, at this night, at this day, we invoke the higher self and the lower self of everyone around the world. We invoke the blessings of the ancestors. We invoke the blessings of the elemental spirits. And we invoke the blessings of the Diwata to be with us. Sa ngalan ni Mayari at ni Magbabaya, sa ngalan ng lahat ng mga diwata ng ating lupain, samahan niyo kami sa gabing ito upang tugunan ang mga pangangailangan ng sanlibutan. Mayari na.
Magbaya.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Hi Jam Jam. And thank you for being with us, Bad Boy, and everyone, no? And Alunsumi, that you are here with us. As promised, we are going to discuss about first, what does it mean? What does it mean to cancel our subscription to year 2021? Actually, when during the first 7 days of January 2021, I have seen many Facebook posts, social media, that they wanted to cancel their subscription to year 2021. For you, how does it? What can you say about that?
Cancellation of subscription.
Yep. Can we cancel our subscription? So can we cancel our subscription to year 2021? Actually, no. 2021 is a year. It involves time, no? We cannot stop time, no? So we, as a living creature, as a human, no, if we cancel our subscription to year 21, it means we don't want to exist this year of 2021. No? Kita ka para hindi lang naman ako mag-isa. No? So it means canceling our subscription to year 2021, it means we don't want to proceed to what is going to happen this year. But what is great right now is that the past year, 2020, we have been equipped with experiences out of the pandemic that happened to us. We probably up to now at this day, we are proficient enough on how to stay at home, to have a social distancing, the physical hygiene, no, and we know how to stay at home very well, and do our life, to continue our life living. But this 2021, no, this 2021, we are praying. We are praying because we are praying a lot that that we, as a human being, will be empowered to create our own world, and not the kind of world that the society is telling us to do. No, I think this year, 2021, we should be mindful of our action, because our action creates reaction, and the thing that is happening to us is somewhat a reaction towards a certain action. But you know, the pandemic is a form of energy. The coronavirus is a virus that can be changed. But what kind of change are we going to make or to create this year? And this is the purpose of our ritual today, tonight, to create change for the world. And we don't just wait for what will happen to us. No? This year we are going to declare a good world to live. The new normal that is great and best for everyone. Not entrap ourselves inside our room, our home, like a prisoner, but a life of freedom.
For me kasi, the cancellation, it means stop. So it means if you cancel the subscription to 2021, so it means you need to stop your life. So you need to end it up. So cancellation is equivalent also to no progress,
Yep.
no evolution. And cancellation of time is beyond in our limitation. So it means it's impossible to stop the time, but instead we can mold the time to our own benefit. So it's more on canceling your negative thoughts and negative emotions and transform it into a positive one that can benefit yourself, your family, and your environment.
Actually, cancellation also means giving up on our life. But our ancestors have reminded us that habang may buhay,
May pag-asa.
may pag-asa. While there is life, there is hope. And the hope that we have right now is to create a new world. And who is going to create the world? It's not our leaders. It's not our community, our neighbor. It's not our classmate. It's not our friend. It is you. It is me individually. We are creating our own life right now. So, what kind of life do we want to live? And I hope that everyone naman, I think everyone, no one's life to suffer. No one's want to be unhappy. Everyone wants to become rich or famous or whatever. And it's nice because in this modern world, like this, this is our first Instagram. We can create an event like this. It doesn't matter if many people will watch us, but what matters is we do it. You do it.
And honestly, it's hard to change the whole world.
Mhm.
But the easiest way is we need to change our own set of mind and emotions. And then it's like there's a law, a universal law, likes attracts likes. So it means if you change your thoughts and emotions into positive, So it's 100% that you can attract the positive, the same vibrations and intentions.
Yeah, that's right. I remember also, I think 2015 or 2014, I made a video at Peace Prayer TV that I said that prayer does not change the world. You know, and many people react, especially those who believe in the power of prayer. I am also a believer of prayer, but honestly, I don't think that prayer can change the world. You know what? The world, what can prayer change? The prayer can change the person that pray. It's like that when I hear, I saw on TikTok, they interview the contestant in Miss Universe, the contestant on Miss Universe, and they talk about world peace. And for me, I think and I believe that the world is already at peace. The one that need peace is mankind. And honestly, the peace that the world project, you know, is harmony. It's giving and receiving. Such as in 24 hours, there is an equal distribution of light and darkness. The light is on the day, and darkness is during the night time. No? And if you observe what is happening on the world or the nature on the earth, no, they know how to follow the rhythm, the cycle of the earth. For example, diba, during the daytime, most of the plants bloom. And at night time, if you observe in your garden, if you have a garden, no, if you observe those the leaves of the or the flower, the petals of the flower closes, no, but there are some plants that are alive or awake during the evening, and even the chickens right now, usually the chickens right now, we have chickens here, we have poultry here. At night time they are sleeping. Even the dogs sleep at night, no, and they are awake, wide awake during the daytime. So it means nature, the earth itself, is at peace. But the one that has no peace, that is in chaos, making chaos, is mankind. So in creating a change, we have to change our mindset, our mind.
Our emotions.
Emotions. Our emotions. No? Because most of the time, the mindset of the people, whether here in our country or abroad, no, they are always in need. Like when you hear our prayer before we start this conversation, we call upon the higher self and the lower self of an individual. So from that, we learn that each individual, me, you, and you, have this higher and lower self. So what are those higher and lower selves? No? The lower selves is part of us, which is the body, the emotion, and the mind. This is the temporal aspect of mankind. No? And the tendency of our body, we always are in need. But when we overcome all those needs, we cross over to our higher self. And those who are on their higher self, no, they are the one that is giving. They are the one that are supplying the needs of the people. But what is important for us as Filipino magician or practitioner of the drum or luntiang agama, as luntiang agama is we balance our personality. Even me, as a person, no, as a person, I still have my needs. But I do not rely my needs to supply the needs from other people. We have to know how to supply or to fill up those emptiness within us. And we don't blame other people for our own misery, but instead we put cure or remedy to our own misery so that we can be whole again. Do you have anything to say?
So, for me naman, it's hard to to change if you believe it na it's hard. So it's also parang illusions within the reality. So sometimes we are we're always thinking that we cannot get or we cannot do something, but if we push ourselves into limit, we will amaze to ourselves that when especially we will realize after that it's sisiu. Well, this not chika,
It's peanut.
it's parang it's easy, parang it's not that hard that we expect or that we thought.
Actually, talking about that, talking about that, supplying our needs or facing difficulties in our life. This is what our Alutiang Agama is all about, This is all about Filipino Magick. Filipino Magick is about helping an individual to be empowered in order for you to rise up from your level, from your lower self into your higher self, so that you could supply all your needs. If you have this difficulty in life,
So don't need na umasa.
yeah, it's not about dependent on other people or reliance on other people. Filipino Magick is about independence. Filipino Magick is about self-reliance.
Being wise in a chosen actions.
Yes, being wise in a chosen action. And that's it, diba? Those who practice Filipino Magick can be sure of that they could be free from all the needs.
And then the Filipino Magick, it's also focusing in growth and in life, more on progressing.
Because life, as we define it in Hilot Academy, because we are also the one who are operating the Hilot Academy, we teach there that life is about growth and progression, and those that limit the progress of life, that is called illness, that we need to heal, So Filipino Magick is all about life and progress. So when we talk about Filipino Magick, so let us give an idea. If this is your first time to know about Filipino Magick, so what is Filipino Magick? But do you on your own words or in your own mind, what is in your mind when you say Filipino Magick?
For me, kasi based on my experiences from the past, if you say magic, it's more on kulang. So if someone practicing magic, so you're in a level of parang magkukulang or mambabarang.
Okay, actually, yeah, that's right, Typically, when we talk about Filipino Magick, people will say that it is about kulang. But aside from kulang, there is barang, there is panggagawan,
Gayuma.
and at the same time there is gayuma, and there is also tawas. Filipino Magick is still tawas and panggagamutan or hilot, So this is all part of Filipino Magick that throughout this year, since this is just our first, we just want to introduce you about what is Filipino Magick, and then also let us not forget that orasyon is also part of Filipino Magick.
Albularyo.
Yes, and albularyo or pananambal, the using herbs, herbal magicians, is also part of Filipino Magick. And
then if Filipino Magick connected din dyan yung mga places like Sikihor,
oh yes,
place of witches.
And also, what are the spot here?
Leyte.
Mount Banahaw.
Mount
Banahaw is magical place. And let us not forget the easiest way to go here in Metro Manila is Quiapo. It's also, I don't know why it become magical places, because they're a magical practitioner in Quiapo, no? Quiapo, Baclaran, and here in San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, Lumpiang Agama. No. So, no.
Just
But
kidding.
that, yeah, it's just a joke, but it's real, no?
And this is the sad things, because if they it's like pag nalaman nila na you're practicing a magic, it's automatically they quote you as a bad
Yeah,
or
so,
bad practitioner.
yeah, no, actually this is our goal to, it's not to demonize, to remove the conception that mangkukulam, that mambabarang is bad. Because many people cannot, they are shy or they are afraid to use the term mangkukulam, because the common mindset of Filipino that the art of kulam is bad, no? They thought of voodoo doll, or yeah, the manika with the karayon. It tells you to kill or to give illness to a person. But even in voodoo, no, we redeemed that. Or the voodoo tradition already have redeemed that voodoo doll is not for killing, no, it's for giving life,
For healing.
for healing. Actually, I studied Reiki, no, but I did not proceed to become a master, because I vowed to myself to study on Filipino Magick and to embrace Filipino spirituality, indigenous spirituality. But when I learned that, no, my master taught me not to use the human body as a doll, as a puppet in receiving. You use doll to heal other people, no, to project, especially when doing distant healing, no. So instead of the karayon, yeah, there is there is a pin colored pin that represent the chakra, and you pin it on on the doll to represent the person's good health, no. But remember, magic has two faces, no. Like the dagger or the atame or the sword, it has two edges, okay, that it could do good or do bad. But anyway, the goodness or the badness, the evil and the goodness of a certain individual depends on the beholder. Sabi nga
And
nila,
the intentions.
in the intention, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if you think of kulam as bad, it will be bad for you. But not everything, not everyone believes that kulam is bad. And in Lumpiang we uphold the Filipino kulam as a form of Filipino magic, and it is not bad for you, but it is good for everyone, no? So let's go to the next topic, no? So okay, this is a question addressed to me by, yes, no, Alunsuni. I believe this is your question, no? How to work with the deities according to Filipino magic. For you, Lakay, no? Can you tell your story on how did you work when you start practicing Filipino magic or magic totally? So how do you start?
So I've encountered most of the time it's more on Encanto.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time, my sickness is caused by elemental or the nature spirit,
Such as the duende.
the duende, duende, kapre, tikbalang. And the healer, they always tell us, especially to my mom, to give some offering.
Mm-hmm.
And some tradition, they call it atang.
Atam.
So it's more on you need to give some things, some blood for the elementals
Mm-hmm.
to to heal yourself spiritually and then at the same time physically.
Actually, that's the same thing, no? But in order to understand the spirituality or the deities of Filipino spirituality, indigenous spirituality, there are three division or category, no? Actually, when I started to, no, I believe there is four, no? Pero these three categories are, first is the ancestral spirit, the ancestral spirit. I really believe in the ancestral spirit, that they are the one, the agent of the divine, that give us life. No, they are our ancestor. No, through our ancestors, if they don't exist, we will not exist also. No. Then the second one is the elemental spirit or the encanto. The elemental spirit, they are the one that manifests in the form of earth, air, fire, water. No, so that's where they were the elementals. But when I was in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, in an Islamic in a masjid of I met an imam that talked about the encanto, or they talk the encanto is in Islam is called as jinn, the genie of the lamp. Yeah, no. But when they define the jinn or the encanto, the other definition is demonio or the demon. So they are demons, no? But when you yes, the encanto are the demons. In some other tradition, there are many demons, such as good demon in Taoism, in Chinese mythology, there are demons, no? If you watch Monkey King, the Monkey King, no, there are demons. The Monkey King is a form of demon, but it has a divine power also, but not on the higher level. Then the lastly is the divinity or the diwata, no? The diwata, they are the divine, the deity itself, no? Probably they are the spirit of the deity, or for me, when they are being of light. They are the being of light, which corresponds to the angels of the Christian, like Angel Gabriel, Raphael, Michael, and Oriel, etc., etc. They are the diwata, light being. That's why those angels or diwata have their own realms, such as there are diwata ng kalangitan, diwata of the moon, sun, etc., etc. Because those angels or diwata light beings, they have their own territory. And the last one is the creator, no, or the supreme beings, which we are looking for a right term, but the closer term that we find is the word Tuhan. Tuhan, no? Tuhan means God. So it shares the Malay race, no? The word Tuhan can be found in the Philippines. It can be also found in Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand, and nearby areas. So the word Tuhan means God, no? But when Indonesia has been Islamized, become Muslim, the Islam forbade the use of the word God or Tuhan to pertain to God, but only the word Allah is allowed, no? So Tuhan is the supreme. It is the one God. And for us in the Agama, working with these divinities or deities is what Filipino magic is made of. So how to work? Now, like I have said, now the first thing is you introduce yourself. You devote yourself, and how will you devote yourself? You do orasyon or prayer. So in prayer, it doesn't necessarily that you speak a different language. No, actually we have a course in Hilot Academy that talks about Hilot orasyon. That it doesn't mean that orasyon is Latin, no, but you can use your own word to talk to God. And actually on orasyon, no, it's not limited on talking to God. Orasyon can talk to the ancestral spirit. It can talk to elementals, and it can talk to, you can communicate to Anito, and even to animals, and to the spirit of other people, of living people, no? That's why orasyon has power to heal, to create changes. But here, what is important in Filipino Magic is that you devote yourself through prayer. Create a relationship, a personal relationship. Getting to know with the divinity. Pero, whom you should first develop relationship with? For us, the Anito. We need to work out our ancestor first. No? And the simplest form of having a relationship with ancestor is to have a better relationship with your family members.
Especially to your parents.
Yeah, your brother, sister, and to your parents, to your nanay and tatay, mommy, daddy, mama, papa. Then aside from that, no, if you want to get to know more about your ancestor and your personal Anito, try to extend your relationship, good relationship, with your uncle and auntie and cousins, no? And if your grandmother and grandfather is still alive, try to visit them, no? Try to eat with them, no? That's why we have family reunion, eh? We have reunion, we have, I think this is, as a Filipino, most of building a relationship with our family is through our stomach. That's why it's a form of, it's like a ritual that when they are cooking and eating. That's why we love festival. We have so many fiesta. And even without fiesta, we can create one fiesta just for us to celebrate our family. No? And I think that is the one thing that survived up to now, that been mingled with the Christian tradition. No, it cannot be removed. I don't know on other country, but here in the Philippines we have a lot of fiesta, and there are more reason for you to come here in the Philippines because of that fiesta. But because of pandemic, no, I hope the world will be open so that you can come here in the Philippines and learn more about our culture and tradition, and especially Filipino magic, no?
Experience it.
And experience it. The best way to learn Filipino magic is to experience it. Come, tara, halika, kulamin ko kayo. No, yeah, no. Let's have that funny part, or that experience, no, of working with the ancestors and the diwata. Okay, as part of Filipino magic, no, we could proudly say that Kuntiang Agama, no, have developed a new form of magic, a new form of tawas. Now, tawas is a form of traditional spiritual diagnosis and diagnostic or divination, no? And the latest one that we have developed is through the help of Lakay Magbaya. Yes, talaga.
Perfect.
Kaya you can create your own fiesta in your home, no, to celebrate the ancestor. And most of the magic of the Filipino involves food, talaga. Kaya if yung watch out, this coming February, we are going to talk about gayuma. So don't just eat anything, no, to given to you by unknown person na hindi mo kakilala, because you might be gayuma, no, magayuma ka. What we call that? Love potion, no, gayuma. So we are going to talk about that on the gayuma. Talking about the new divinatory technique, and I want Lakay Als at Magbaya here to introduce to you what si Tala means.
So, si Tala. So, si Tala Mystic Oracle. So, this is a Filipino form of a divinatory tool to predict the past, present, and future. And then we can also use the si Tala Mystic Oracle because I attune and consecrate the symbols to Diwata's Encanto and then to Anitos.
Anito. Actually, what is...
So the Siad Tala, it means Siad is Sibulan, Adlaw. And then Tala, Sibulan, so it has a two meaning. Sibulan, so it means the moon. Then Sibulan, it means growth. And then the Adlaw, this is a Visayan term for
The sun.
or araw. And then the Tala, it also has a two meaning. Tala is star, and then Tala, it means the record.
Record, no?
So the whole meaning of the Tala, it means it's giving us knowledge and information from the past and giving us the ability to access the present and then the future through the oracle.
Okay. Actually, Lakay have forgot to tell no, what is about si Tala. Si Tala is, Lakay developed si Tala inspired by Baybayin. The Filipino writing system. No? Actually, it's still under the Congress.
If they know the Baybayin.
Yeah, if you know the Baybayin, it is the pre-colonial writing system. And yes, we have Baybayin, but on different part of our country, they call it on different names, such as like Kulitan, Kudlit, Surat, and everything. And the Siad Tala is a form. It's like just a way of handwriting that Lakay write it the Baybayin. So he called his own handwriting as Siad Tala because he dedicated that, he offered that to the energies of the sun, the moon, and the stars. And through that, it is celestial stars that the blessings of the ancestors, the blessings of the elementals, the blessings of the Encanto and the Diwata, no, divinity, has been consecrated and instilled on each symbol. So learning si Tala script, you will unleash all the messages, the powers and the blessings of that. So first, it can be used for divination. Second, it can be used for magical purpose, no? In granting manifestation and everything, no? So at least I have.
So if they are interested to know or to study,
yes,
the Filipino Magick, then the oracle, so they can ask you, message you.
You can always message us here at Luntiangagama, here at Instagram, or you can visit us at luntiangagama.wordpress.com or check the link at my bio. And lastly, no, I have an issues to raise, and we have to prepare for the full moon. We are going to make an offering. Have you noticed that in the marketplace, when you buy food, vegetable, or meat, all are rising up?
Expensive.
Yeah, expensive. And this is what I noticed. Many people right now are more focused on the element of air and fire. So what does it mean? People, your activity is mostly here on internet, mostly on communication, and mostly on technology, which is represented by the fire and communication, no? And some activities like other activities, no? Like socializing, going to work, etc., earning money. This is on the element of fire. Whereas on communication, information, knowledge gathering is on air. But people have forgot to make an offering for the earth and the water. That's why the price of the fish product and the meat product are expensive. It's not only the meat products, but also the vegetable and the rice are rising up. No?
So earth and water is connected to the fruits, to the nature.
It's connected to the nature. No, we have forgotten that. So on the new moon, on the full moon, no, this coming 30th. Actually 30th, Lakay have a workshop on Sibulan Adlaw Mystic Oracle Attunement. No, but on the night of the full moon, we are going to make an offering to the Diwata and to the Encanto, focusing on healing the earth and the water, so that we could still survive for the whole year. No? And I think this is all for now. No? We have discussed the 5 things But if you still have any questions, you can type in. Ikaw, meron kang question?
Wala. Pero we can do this monthly.
Yes, we do this twice a month. So we will do the new moon and the full moon ritual in celebrating Filipino Magic. But of course, we have, if you want to support us, we have a page that is called Filipino Magick that you can find at buymeacoffee.com. So if you want to support us, any donation will do, starting from $1 US dollar or whatever that you want to give us. No, we
Kasama na yung prayer, no?
If you have some prayer request, or if you need something that we could help, especially in terms of guiding or asking the guidance of the ancestor, the Dewata, and with regards to elementals, we could help you with that. So, if there is none, let us thank the ancestor, the elementals, and the Dewata. Walhati parangal sa dakilang kapangyarihan lumikha sa aming sa boses sa Pilipinas. Walhati parangal sa dakilang kapangyarihan lumikha sa aming sa boses sa Pilipinas. Walhati parangal sa dakilang kapangyarihan lumikha sa aming sa boses sa Pilipinas. Dakilang may-ari at may-ari ng buong sangsinuban, nagpapasalamat kami sa gabing ito na kami ay iyong pinatnubayan, sinamahan sa pagdiriwang ng bagong buwan sa taong 2021. Sinasamo ko ang iyong pagpapala at biyaya para sa lahat ng mga aming nakasama sa gabing ito, sa oras na ito at sa mga susunod na panahon. Hinihingi namin ang iyong patnubay sa buong taong ito. Bawa kami lagi ninyong ingatan at biyayaan ng kapayapaan. Maraming salamat. Mayari na magbayan. So see you then. Maraming salamat. Bye!
I will look forward to this. I will thank you.
Yep. See you soon, Alunsani, and I know that Alunsina is with you. Bye! How to close that?